Once again, there came a YouTuber with 1 million plus followers to explore China. The title of the video was very pointedly aimed at Western media. I don't believe what Western media says. So I came to China by myself. As more and more foreigners entered China, the pictures of slums and pollution that the media showed were completely disproved. In fact, most of them were completely false. Since he came to China before the Spring Festival, the streets were extremely crowded and lively, full of a festive atmosphere everywhere. You should know that he had been to another populous country, India, where the operation was extremely chaotic and noisy. However, after arriving in China, it wasn't as chaotic as he had thought. When he saw some strange things, the local people would take out their mobile phones and use translation apps in advance. This service made the Luke Damant think that the details were very good. He spent $5 and got a windmill for good luck. When he arrived at a temple aimlessly, people around were praying and taking photos. He also tried to light a bundle of incense. As more and more tourists came, he decided to leave the crowded area first. The skyscrapers next to the traditional buildings presented a unique scene. At this moment, he wanted to visit other streets. Considering that the windmill in his hand was a bit inconvenient, he planned to give this blessing to others, but helplessly, he had to keep giving it away. At this time, he wanted to give it to a salesgirl. However, the salesgirl misunderstood him, so he could only keep the windmill in his hand. People's means of transportation were electric vehicles, which were parked neatly together. At present, he didn't feel too much noise. People seldom honked their horns to make noise. When he walked to an area with fewer people, he met a girl who could speak English. It seemed that they entered an animal decoration store. The windmill in his hand could be smoothly given to the girl. Besides, he had to spend money to buy carrots to interact with the animals. But most of the customers were children. When he returned to the center again, the streets were almost overcrowded, and he also learned a little knowledge at this time. Then he met another foreigner, and the two chatted briefly when he saw a cute hat. He was immediately attracted by its appearance and quickly went to a nearby store to buy it. Looking at the lively scene around, he planned to buy a red hat to match. However, under the suggestion of a passer-by, he finally chose a blue one to match his clothes. When his stomach started to growl, he could taste some local specialties. The red-colored candy toys attracted him. It is said that he had also seen them in South Korea and Japan, but obviously, here seemed to be the place of origin. The combination of hawthorn, grapes, and strawberries only cost $US to get this delicious food. He bought a cotton candy again. At this moment, he found that Chinese food was very cute, and its taste was also acceptable, which was much better than the strange-looking food in India. As time passed, he found a noodle restaurant to taste the food. It tasted very good. Seeing the two people there in a flurry, a young man kindly helped them stir the noodles. This service made the YouTuber feel very warm, but he wasn't very skilled in using chopsticks, so half an hour later, the noodles of the two people became more and more. The prices of the items were also very reasonable. At night, you could enjoy the brightly lit streets without worrying about your own safety at all. Damant also wanted to try various strange experience games. He got a simple small toy, and with the salesgirls cheering, he got a lot of emotional value. So, what do you guys think of this vlogger's travel video? Share your real feelings in the comments, okay? If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye!